Yo, YouTube, what's good? We got the average man unplugged, making another video talking about older women call out modern women and they didn't want to hear the truth. Let's jump up straight up into
I'm gonna
this.
step on a couple of toes when I say what I gotta say. But here we go. If our man's in the kitchen cooking and cleaning and doing helping us do laundry, are you helping him cutting the
Nope.
grass? Are you helping him keep up the maintenance on that car?
Nope.
Are you helping him when it's time to pay that car note?
Nope.
Are you helping him when it's time to pay that insurance premium?
Nope.
Are you helping him when it's time for them kids to go back to school? Like, I really want to have a real conversation because it seemed to me that I'm being attacked and I'm being called to pick me because
My bad for pausing. There is not one title that's so misfortunate when women call another woman a pick me. It's like where did this come from? Where a woman actually showing a man decency and genuine feelings is her being a pick me? I mean, I guess you could say she is. She got a man, I would assume. That's totally fine. Like what's wrong with females want to have themselves a man? Like it's not to the degree like how dudes do. Cause I won't lie, dudes be ODing it, calling everything simp behavior, this and that. But if you actually have a girlfriend as a dude, and like you tell a bunch of dudes like, nah, man, my girlfriend is my everything, my this and my that, all they finna look at you and be like, yeah, all right, bro. Hopefully, bro. Hopefully your girl ain't gone, bro. This and that or whatever. Cause you know, like they don't trust women at all. And then even if they don't, they'll even be like, well, I hope that goes out for you. I hope it works out for you, dog. This and that. Because I know me, I won't push shit past a bit or whatever. But to be attacked this way, now I won't lie, there are some videos up on Instagram and stuff where some fellas are saying some real cornball ass shit. Like I see those videos and they be like, her asking for $10,000 and I just met her is not enough. Like, that is my obligation. When they be saying shit like that, it's just rage bait, guys. It has to be because I don't. But yeah, that's so unfortunate.
I'm just doing what a lady's supposed to be doing for her man because he make my world go round. So in the comments, I really want to hear what y'all say because y'all worked hard. I work hard to pay that life insurance. Y'all got life insurance. Yeah, I work hard. Start that IUL. Yeah, I work hard because when he say, honey, I think it's time. Oh, I want stuff to be in place. I need stuff to be in place. That high yield savings account. See, now that's grown folk stuff.
Yeah.
But y'all over here talking about being a slave. I'm over here talking about grown woman stuff, and
They
some of that stuff
love
may have went over your
rebellion.
head.
Yeah, they love rebellion. That's all that it is. Unfortunately, the thing that modern women have traded in for the traditional housewife things is that they want the traditional housewife things when it's convenient to them. They don't want to go to work and they don't want to do anything that they classify as boring or they think is just serving anybody because they, and this is where the modern woman caveat comes in, they think that they need to be worshipped. They think that they need to be praised and put on a pedestal, given princess treatment all the time just because they're female. They don't understand that having feminine duties in the household and actually caring about a man makes you a very sexy woman. Not the fact that you have a big butt, not the fact that your eyebrows are done or your hair is done or not. No, the fact that you can keep a man. That is what makes you a very great catch. Not the fact that you could suck that thing like one hell of a thing. You know who else can suck that thing like one hell of a thing? Hoes. Likewise with hoish behavior is a woman who knows how to have good sex. Hoes. I'm not saying that you are one if you do those things, but that shit is nothing to literally clap about. Like, it just shows you might have had a lot of experience in the past. And like I said, that's not really something to clap about. Because even the worst guy in the bedroom, if he has a whole bunch of sex, will get techniques and will be very good at it. So that's nothing to ride home about. What's really able to ride home about is what this woman is talking about. How are y'all setting up y'all high yield savings account? How do y'all have life insurance? Do y'all have multiple vehicles and multiple streams of income coming in? Do y'all have an LLC and a business coming in? Like, where is that talk? Where is the actual grown folk stuff instead of just you having a man to just put your life on easy mode while you just sit there and waste all his money?
Grown woman stuff. Are you starting a business while that man at work?
No. Her
What
business
what
is
are you
wasting his money.
creating for generational wealth? You got the man, you got the husband, and he helping you cook and clean and balancing out everything in the household. But generational wealth, are we just gonna have a GoFundMe?
You're broke. You're fucking poor.
But I don't know.
This is disturbing. This is all I hear from women is money, 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 money. It just blows my freaking mind. It blows my mind. And you talking to a mother-in-law of 3 women. I have 3 of them. Yeah, Bo, I said it again because y'all ladies seem to forget. Y'all seem to forget. Yes, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna keep talking because they're in your age group. I'm older than y'all. I don't have these worries and problems. But all I hear is money. I don't hear nothing about family at all. I'm just tired of all the capping that we do on these panels. We ain't got money like that. It may be a very few of us that do well, and I get it, sisters. I get it. But please stop acting like it's a majority. We need men, and men need us. I don't know why. Get you a man. I don't care if he makes $50,000 a year. It's $50,000 more. That's all I'm saying. And he still should be able to lead. He still should be able to be a good father to your children.
I like this one.
We love that one. Too bad she's too old, fellas. Too bad. Too bad. But we love that one. It is refreshing when a older woman calls out women on their BS because like how them older women be saying, at least they used to love those dudes back in the day when they used to pimp them. Because nowadays, these females would just pimp you and they don't even love you, gang. Hey, that shit's, hey, it's an evil world we live in.
What's going on, YouTube? Is your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, hope you subscribe. Yo, sometimes some of these panel conversations can really just go in circles. But I think when I came across this, I was like, oh, nah, I have to react to this because I've always, every once in a while, I will leave a video of me speaking to my mother, and this woman sounds so much like my mom. And I actually had a video recently, last month, of a video with me and my mom having a conversation because we was talking about my father who passed away a couple of years ago. And when I would tell you, when I heard her, I was like, man, I feel like I'm having a conversation with my mom. And to see the younger women's reaction told you everything that you need to know. So it just goes to show you that even when women from older generations are...
It go to show that they wouldn't even respect their mama. And this is the one only person that's raising them. You know? That one only person that's raising them. It goes to show that they don't respect their mom. They don't respect no authority, and that they grow up this kind of way. And I know this is a bad assumption, but I'm just going to be ignorant for this moment in time. Let's assume that she doesn't listen to her dad, or that her dad wasn't in her life. You just got to hear a woman who could be her mother's age talking to her. Now, if she was raised in a household that cherished the voice of elders, she'd hear all of that stuff and be like, well, I don't necessarily agree with you. I still respect you, grandma, because you're old. and you're an older generation, I have respect for you. But no, not at all. Not at all.
We're over here trying to
They don't
pass
listen to
on
them old
knowledge to
women.
the younger ones, these younger women. It just shows how really brainwashed they are. And I think that's the reason why she felt disturbed from what she was hearing in this conversation. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Any other woman on the panel been asked to give up a business for their husband?
Hey.
And so, but Laisha, you got a different situation because you get to stay home and your man pays the bill.
And guess what? Guess what though? That is the biggest flex of all. It's very easy to say because she had that luxury, like she just said. What people don't understand is like, I hate to sound classist because I'm not. For the most part, I love everybody. But it is a privilege to be to what men classify as submission. It does come with a price tag.
I don't recall men ever saying that it came with a price tag.
Wow.
I believe women did that. But carry on.
Because it's a privilege. If you don't have the luxury of being able to, like she said, give up that business because that's not a part of your livelihood, hell no, he can't ask you to do that because no woman's going to agree because it's going to affect their pockets. But when you have the privilege to be like, I know my man got it, I'm going to quit. Because
like how, hold on, if I could get the person to say, that's not submissiveness. Submissiveness is you have heard. and I am so sorry. I cursed that woman with my pause. Do you see how she be looking? That's why y'all don't even pause my videos, please, because I know sometimes I could be looking like what. Well, but anyways, submission doesn't have to come with any attachment of value. If a police officer right now breaks down her door and tells her you need to get out of this house, there is a bomb threat and you need to leave this instant, we have identified a potential threat in this area and you need to evacuate absolutely right now, she's not going to say, listen, my livelihood is in this house, I'm not listening to you. She's listening to that guy and she's going to do that. That compliance didn't take any financial incentive. It didn't take anything. And yeah, it might be extreme, but that's just what he means by submissiveness. When a woman wants to submit to a man, she will. And it's just a matter of mentality. Because even if he said step away from that business, that doesn't mean that you can't help him have a business as a woman and say, well, you know what, if I'm going to step away from a business, are you going to then be able to open up a business so that it can take care of the both of us? Like, you know, whatever, but yeah.
you know what was the running joke on Everybody Hates Chris? I don't need this. My man got 2 jobs because it's a privilege. That is a privilege.
Ew. That girl is just talking about something exactly because my man needs to do everything. He lives only to provide for me, and I live just to lay on my back and buy expensive things and pop out babies.
And if you can't afford the privilege, then work harder as a man to be able to afford it.
But
because I know for me, I was married at 22 to a 29-year-old, and I try to seek leadership from him. I try to be submissive, but I end up being the breadwinner. I end up handling everything. Did I want him to be that leader to lead me? Absolutely. Like I did my best that I can. But remember, I was a 22-year-old marrying a 29-year-old, and I try to seek that. So that's why I said, like, everybody's situation is not different. And we can't say that, oh, yeah, it's a small percentage. No, I know many women that was in my predicament that married young and try to handle the household. But unfortunately, that man did not want to be a leader. It happens.
But why are we making submission a privilege? Why do we do that?
Because a lot of women cannot afford to give things up for their man. A lot of women need the space to be someone who owns their own business or has a successful career because
now in my opinion, there's no harm in having your own business as a woman. In fact, that's a privilege that you have your own business, and likewise that a man owns his own business. What I think is going on here is, and I don't think that question is being asked properly, Because if a man wants you to be a stay-at-home woman, I don't think he's saying from the point of like, if you already stay home and you have a business that you don't have to go in person to operate, like you already have passive income being generated and you could just be an at-home wife that's making money on the side. Hell yeah. What are we talking about? What man is gonna see you doing that and then say like, oh no, she's too successful? The issue is that sadly for women, it seems like the moment that they get success and that they get money, when it comes down to their egos kind of, it goes up with their accomplishments. So then it's like when a woman does get in a dating scene, because she's this high up in her successes, she is not content with you just being a 9 to 5 guy. She needs somebody who's doing the same thing that she's doing, and she needs this, she needs that. But what they don't understand is that when they have that ego, that mentality, like, oh well, I got my own business, I do hair, I do lashes, I do this, I do that, or I sell wigs, or I do, is that the guys who are successful will see you doing that and they already instantly know she's not going to submit to me because she's going to be pocket watching and she's going to be like, well, I made more money than you did in this week or in this month, and so I don't think I need to listen to you. That makes us equal. That is not submission. Submission is your man has his way of getting his money, you have your way of getting money if you work. If you have the privilege of having a job or having a business that you don't have to work, then that's good. Stay home, but still just submission. That's all men are looking for. They're looking for that respect. They're looking for you to, he comes home, says, hey, babe, I think we need to cut out on this, cut out on that. All right, baby, I hear you. That's all he's looking for. He ain't looking for somebody to be combative. You already deal with that shit outside. And now you want to bring that inside your house to come in, hey, baby, this and that. And now you just got nothing but arguments about it. No. But anyways.
A 2-income household is the norm. And you have to be ambitious to stay in a lot of these careers. In order to grow in a lot of these careers, it is a privilege to be able to sit at home and take care of your man and take care of the kids and take care of the household, because there are not a lot of households like that. It is a privilege. It is a part of the 10%
y'all
of
are making
country.
it a privilege.
And if it is a 10%, then explain to me why the hell is that the only conversation y'all seem to have? Like when y'all had Jeff on a platform. But what about the other 90%? We're supposed to just ignore them? That's my question when women like her and the Lachey chick now, she happens to be in that rare situation. But as you can see, most women on that panel are not currently in her position. So what does that tell you? That the stats prove exactly what they prove, is that most of y'all are not going to be able to get that type of lifestyle. Realistically speaking, she even said it so herself. A household with 2 incomes is the norm. Okay, so why not focus on keeping the norm together instead of worrying about this 10% that most of us aren't going to be able to reach? Like, you really expect us to believe that most people that are watching y'all are in the top 10%? This is one of the reasons why sometimes some of these content creators that have bigger platforms and they're having these conversations, it kind of bothers me, because there's no way that, as much as I love their content and respect them guys, you feel me? And this is not even coming from a place of jealousy, because I'm doing good over here, all right? Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me and my little 99,000 subscribers. But when you got guys like Anton Daniels with over 700,000, Poor Man's Podcast damn near at 1 million, MTR at damn near 900,000. With all due respect, I just have a hard time believing that most of their audience is part of that top 10%. I don't see it. I can't see it, because the numbers just don't match. It's unrealistic. So why are we having these conversations about the top 10% so much?
Y'all are
That's
making
just,
submission a
it's
privilege.
the fact.
Submission was never founded on privilege. There was a position of a woman in a position of a man to God. So it never told me, God never said, man, hey, look, you can believe in me and walk in my order if X, Y. No, that's your position. Y'all are putting the contingencies on it and conditions on it because of the economy.
You're broke! You're fucking poor.
It was never supposed to be like that. That's why I was asking that question. But go ahead, Dr. Lady O.
That's
Let her cook.
All I hear is money. I don't really hear family. Because I told you I work in insurance, everybody gonna be broke at the end of the day. Okay, I work in Medicare. That's what I do for a living. We could talk all this stuff all we want, but most of us gonna be broke. It's just how I go. But at the end of the day, you both supposed to be contributing to the household. The Bible doesn't specifically say men got to do all the financial stuff and the woman just sit at home. That's not submission. The Bible doesn't say that. This does not. You're both committing to it. So I agree. Look, this is a thing. If you want a career, this is the thing. If a man want a family, how are you going to prioritize that into your family? How are you going to make sure that the kids' needs are taken care of first? That is a thing that we are missing. All I heard up here was he leading, she not leading, money. All I heard was money, and my head's about to explode. And I'm like, what are we talking? Most of us are broke. We acting like we all sitting up here working, got $1 million in our pocket, and we are not. At the end of the day, we all know 2 incomes are better than 1. So why we keep sitting up here saying that the man got to lead, the man got to lead, the woman got to? I mean, what? This is disturbing. This is all I hear from women is money, 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 money. It just blows my freaking mind. It blows my mind. And you talking to a mother-in-law of 3 women. I have 3 of them. Yeah, Bo, I said it again because y'all ladies seem to forget.
Can I just sit over here and say that the level of disrespect that y'all have for older women is cringe? Ladies, it really is. And honestly, it's really disappointing. It's disappointing, and it's like, it makes me like, I feel a little bit ashamed. And maybe it's just because I had such.
No, it's because you start to feel that secondhand embarrassment, and it's not because you need to feel ashamed. It's secondhand embarrassment because we were raised in a household, especially I feel like if you come from a Caribbean household, and even if you came from like a traditional black household, you were raised to respect grandma, because grandma she'll beat your butt too. Let me tell y'all, man, when I was a little kid, I went over to my great grandma's house, and I thought I was gonna be breaking her rules, this and that. You know what she said to me, because I did not tell her good morning when I got into her house? That woman said I cannot step foot in her house because I am disrespectful. And she also said that she had a friend for me to meet, and it was a big old ruler called Mr. Peace, because Mr. Peace, like how you hear in his name, he ensures that the peace is kept. I knew from that day to respect my grandma. And that's something that we don't see in this younger generation, is that unfortunately, once they get old, once they get grown, that's it. And that's why I was saying that they're so rebellious, because now that they think that they're at that grown-up age, they cannot listen to authority. They make everything up themselves. I do this, I do that. And sometimes that mentality is not even in the women alone. It's also in the men. You start to hear these young, these YNs going out, crashing out, talking about, man, I don't care what you talking about, I'm not this, because they don't listen to the old authority or even authority. They are so hell-bent on doing things their way that it's my way or the highway. And I don't know at what point in time will it finally hit them and be like, whoa, like, oh bro was really talking some real stuff. But it's just so sad to see. And like how he's saying, I'm watching the panel as she's speaking after getting the context, and I feel embarrassed too, because it's like, I don't know these women from a can of paint, but I'm just like, wow, like, these women are probably part of my generation, or probably a bit older, and they probably mothers of women, of young women that I might know. And it's like, is this what our younger generation has to show the older one? If we were to all stack up our things with the baby boomers and this and that, and tell them, all right, well, you guys were able to get all the houses after World War II. You know what we were able to get? Well, we don't really have anything but attitude. Like, no, that's not a flex. That's not. Anyways,
High regards for both of my grandmothers on both sides. Like, I love them to death because they like looked out for me that one way. Mm-hmm. So like when they talk, I shut up and listen. When older women talk, I shut the fuck up and listen.
Yeah. And they be talking some real stuff, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the other day, my grandma started talking to me, the one that's still alive. And I'm not gonna lie, I learned some things. I was like, okay, cool. Like, this is how I need to move with this, and this is how I need to move with that. Because she owns a store. That's something that I have yet to do in my life, is to own a storefront. And it's like, that's information she can tell me. And likewise, when it comes down to owning a house and doing this and doing that, like, she has it. And she can give me the information about this and about that. I'm not saying that she's always going to be wise and she's always going to be super smart, but they know things, man. And they are a great source of information at times because they already been there, done that. They lived their life. But anyways.
So when I see y'all over here rolling y'all eyes and shit just because y'all don't like what y'all hear, it comes off very rude and disrespectful.
No manners.
For y'all to act like y'all so fucking morally higher than everybody else, especially men, why is it that when older women are over here trying to put y'all on game, y'all got this shitty ass attitude like y'all too good to fuck?
And the worst part about it is, the only old people that they listen to are the old women who are talking the same thing that they be talking. Because there are, unfortunately, some grandmas that'll come up here and be like, my man need to do everything to care about me. Because if he didn't, I would have been over there at Uncle Jenkins' house. And they'd be right there. Yeah, it's because, man, yo, they got that attitude because they don't care. They don't want to hear no authority. They want to hear what they want to hear, man. They want to hear that they could run these streets and that they don't need a man and that a man just need to magically come into her life and make everything perfect.
And listen,
shit, crazy.
I'm sorry, y'all. I know I'm over here. I know I've been trying to get better at cursing, but that shit really pisses me the fuck off. Have some fucking respect for your elders, man.
Exactly. That's
y'all
basic.
Y'all seem to forget. Yes, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna keep talking because they're in y'all age group. I'm older than y'all. I don't have these worries and problems. But all I hear is money. I don't hear nothing about family at all. Like it's kind of disturbing to me. Leading what? What happens when a man gets sick? What are you gonna do? How are you going to take care of this household? What are you going to do?
And I had to stop it right there because I just made reference to that in that video that I made yesterday addressing the comment section. Because I don't think most of today's women will stick around like my mother did for my father when he had his first stroke my senior year in high school. And then his health only declined from that point on. So you got to imagine that was pretty much 23 years, about 20, 21 years of that. Just gradually seeing my dad get worse and worse and worse. And my mom had to hold it down because now you don't have my dad. My dad is not working anymore. All he's getting in is what he can get in from being sick and no longer working. My mom had to still work and still help take care of him and all that. Most of today's women are not going to do that, you guys. This is another reason why I stress, trying to stay fit and whatnot as much as possible. Because I'm a lot more active at this age than my dad was. And I'm hoping that'll help me not have to go through what he went through. Let's keep it moving.
Now, I agree with those. I don't agree with, I think when the children are younger, a woman should be at home with the children more. I really, truly do. But when the kids go to school, get your behind up and go to work, and you bring home some money, and you can help invest the money, put the money up, buy some real estate property. Trust me, I'm seeing three relationships grow like that. We are too greedy, ladies. It just doesn't make sense. For what? What about your kids still reading at low grade levels? We talking about all this money. I ain't heard nothing about our children and how we're going to get our children, raise our kids.
They postpone. Dr. Lady, you forgot they postponing having children.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then they're 40 and they run around.
Yeah, and that's another mentality. I think I might have touched on that earlier, where our women, they say that they're like, as soon as they graduate high school, and I'm not saying have a child as soon as you graduate high school, but our women, as soon as they graduate high school, they already have it mentally programmed that, okay, I'm just going to dick around now until I hit like 28, 29, that's when I'm going to start taking life a little bit more serious. And that's when I want to find a husband. That's when I want to settle down, have some kids. But ultimately, what really happens is they still don't do that stuff. And they still party and stuff like that well into their 30s. And then it's just that they start to finally then, after playing the field, say, you know what? I'm 31 now, or I'm 32 now. Maybe I should start looking. And then their homegirls be like, nah, F that, this and that, whatever. Or the drink, or maybe they're still stuck up on a dude who ain't no good for him, but you know, he got some good, you know what, or whatnot. And then they keep that cycle going until you're 35, starting to get to your mid 30s now. Now it's like, hey, man, you know, once you hit 30, the body stop looking T. And I'm not going to say it stopped looking T, but now you start realizing you got limitations. You're getting old now, and now you ain't like them young girls. Now you get tired at 8 o'clock. You know? Now things ain't looking the way it used to be looking, and now you need to find a husband. Because, like how they were saying, what happens if you get sick? Because mom and dad not going to be able to take care of you. Mom and dad probably, you know, probably on their way to going to the hospital and one good time, and then they out of here. So who gonna take care of you when you sick? Now they start thinking, who gonna be in my bed late at night to massage my feet, to do this, to do that, you know? But anyway.
Around here with 10-year-old at 50 years old, yeah, good luck with that. Okay, and then we gotta look at the lifespan anyway, but I'm gonna let that go. But I'm just saying, all I heard since I've been listening was money. That's all I heard. It's okay to go and have a career. I get it, but I ain't heard nothing about y'all prioritizing a family. That's disturbing to me. A family. I did hair for 25 years. I retired. I mean, a lot of these careers you're not even going to be in. I can call medical doctors right now, 2 of them that quit the industry. So we keep talking about, oh, I want to go be this ride and die. Most our businesses fail within the first year or 2. I'm just tired of all the capping that we do on these panels. We ain't got money like that. It may be a very few of us that do well, and I get it, sisters. I get it. But please stop acting like it's a majority. We need men, and men need us. I don't know why. Get you a man. I don't care if he make $50,000 a year. It's $50,000 more. That's all I'm saying. And he still should be able to lead. He still should be able to be a good father to your children.
And women will be the first ones to call men out to sit over here and say, there's more to being a father than just paying child support, you know, if they ever so happen to split. Yeah. But then when a man that actually wants to be involved with more than just being financially responsible for the child, then it's like all of a sudden it's a problem. And then to sit over here and try to put a price tag on that, a man leading, like kind of like the video about the young lady earlier who said her life was ruined because of Kevin Samuels, and you didn't take him seriously or anything he said simply because he wasn't paying 100% of the bills. We women really got to stop doing that, because that right there alone is gonna be a handicap on y'all keeping a relationship. Because here's my thing. Just like there's more to being a father than being financially responsible, there's more to being a husband or a boyfriend than just paying for everything. There's more to leading and provision than just money. But y'all seem to act like y'all can't do that unless he's paying 100% of everything. Yeah. That's the problem. Because just because he's not paying 100% of everything doesn't mean he's not doing 100% of everything else as far as leading that he's supposed to do.
Like, wow.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm done. Let me just mute back up.
Here's my thing about that, though.
If he wants to, that's what it is. If he wants to.
But yeah, okay,
if he wants to lead.
Take that thought.
That's the difference.
Hold on, you're right.
If he wants to lead.
Let me tell you something. Hold on, baby. Hold on, love. Then stop sleeping with him. Because y'all say that, but you're still
exactly
body to these guys. Y'all say you don't want to leave. He's not already. Y'all submitted with the day you open your legs.
You gave him kids too.
You done already submitted to this guy.
We're talking about different situations. It happens. That's why I'm bringing it up. No, it is though.
Okay, if you look,
that's reality with other people. That's reality. That's reality when it comes to some people.
Kentara, Can you please let her finish up her sentence, please? Something that I'm not a stickler for, whether men or women do it, and I already got Lashia or whatnot. Lashia. I keep getting her some crazy pauses, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But when people are talking, the worst thing, and this is why I can't personally have a podcast. I was supposed to do a podcast episode one day with like me and my homeboys debating some sports topics. I don't do the talking when people are talking. We need one mic. We need to cut all that. You talk. Like if I'm talking and you start jumping in, okay, you might have your rebuttal, but hold your thought. Don't just keep on talking and then I'm talking, because then it will quickly overwhelm the sound, and now we can just hearing a bunch of gibberish. But anyways.
Situation. I'm not saying that it's right.
But you keep cutting me off. Stop cutting me off.
I'm not saying that it's right. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that it happens.
Today. I'm not cutting anybody off up here today. Again, if he, you know what I'm saying, a man want to lead, you will know right now if a man want to lead, whether or not if he marries you. But you ladies are giving up the first thing first. You're not giving a man a chance at all to show you his real self. Because you know, slept with him and not only, hold on, love, and y'all gave him a baby.
Marriage doesn't equal leadership.
What is this woman Bohemi talking about? Marriage doesn't equal leadership. Has Bohemi been married before? Has she had a failed marriage that she's really like salty about, that just really messed her up? So now she's on this podcast just talking like she has the scorn of God in her heart. Because what's going on here?
But if I'm paying 100% of everything and we're not married, that equals leadership.
Yeah, man. Honestly, bro, we're just going to leave it at that. Like, share, subscribe, YouTube. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.